I stood there in the midst of the blooming peonies, my crimson silk gown shimmering under the golden NAPA sunlight. Champagne flute raised high as the groom locked eyes with me. "Do you regret it?" he asked, his voice echoing through the hushed crowd of Silicon Valley elites. I smiled, calm as a summer breeze, and replied, "I paid for this wedding with the alimony you owe me." The silence that crashed over the venue was thicker than fog rolling in from the bay, more gratifying than any standing ovation. His face went ashen, like he'd seen a ghost from his past rise up to haunt him, while his bride's ruby lips parted in stunned disbelief. "My name is Emily Carter, 35 now, and I've honed my skills in handling fortunes, not just my own, but those of others who think they can play games with mine. Senior Portfolio Manager at Vanguard Investments in San Francisco." That's what my LinkedIn says. What it doesn't mention is that 9 months ago, I was married to a man who treated me like yesterday's news. The divorce had been deceptively smooth, like signing off on a bad investment you'd seen coming from miles away. My hand steady on the pen, my tone even as I faced him across that polished oak table in the mediator's office. No dramatic outbursts. No clawing over the mid-century modern couch or the Audi in the driveway. I didn't want the scraps. Just the spousal support, I'd told my attorney. Eyes fixed on Jason Reed, my soon-to-be ex, as he fidgeted in his tailored suit. $4,000 a month. I paused my climb at JP Morgan to back his tech startup dreams. Fair's fair. Jason had nodded so fast. His lawyer barely got a word in. Of course he did. He was itching to bolt into his fresh start with his fresh fling. The one I'd caught him with in our bed on a Wednesday morning when I'd called out sick from a migraine. Friends and family thought I'd shortchanged myself. Mom called it stubborn pride over Sunday brunch in her Oakland condo. My brother whispered it was plain dumb. "You could have cleaned him out," he'd said, pouring another round of craft beer. "That loft in Soma alone is worth $3 million. But I wasn't chasing quick cash. I've always played the long con. The one where patience pays dividends. These days, my routine is simple. Grounding. Up at dawn in my cozy studio overlooking the Mission District, smaller than our old place. Sure, but every inch mine. Walls painted a crisp dove gray. Furniture sleek and unburdened by memories. I brew my tea in a simple kettle. Jason had always pushed that overpriced Nespresso beast. But I savor the quiet ritual now. At the office. I'm killing it, no more rushing home for his networking mixers or skipping deadlines to organize investor dinners. I've landed 4 key client acquisitions this quarter alone. My director, Sarah, hinted at a bump to Executive Director of Asset Strategy, the role I'd shelved years ago to prop up his ambitions. The support payments drop like clockwork. First of the month. $4,000 wired straight in. To some, it's chump change. A pity prize next to what I could have fought for. But to me, each transfer is a quiet reminder not of loss, but of debt. What he still owes. Month after month. For the next 4 years under California statutes. I log every cent in a private app. Not out of need, my salary covers me fine, but for the record. The invisible thread binding us that he pretends doesn't exist. Colleagues see me as the comeback queen. "You're glowing," they say over happy hour at the Embarcadero spots. "Divorce looks good on you." And I let them believe it. Flashing a smile while I sip my Pinot. I've shed the worry lines. Picked up yoga again. Curated a wardrobe that's all me, no more outfits chosen for his pitch meetings. But what they don't see is I'm not letting go. I'm biding time. Just like those endless evenings when Jason would stumble in at midnight, reeking of another scent. Mumbling about late strategy sessions. Because Jason Reed is nothing if not predictable. He figures he's escaped scot-free. That $4,000 a month buys his clean slate. He thinks I'm the sucker who took the low ball while he feasts on the rest. Little does he know. The game's just warming up. The tip-off came from an unlikely source, Tyler Grant, Jason's old UCLA buddy who'd somehow stayed neutral in the split. He rang me on a Friday night as I pored over market forecasts in my home office. His tone was all awkward sympathy, like delivering bad news to a widow. Emily. Hey. I figured you should hear this from someone who cares. Jason's tying the knot again. I set my laptop aside, gazing at the twinkling lights of the Golden Gate Bridge from my window. Oh? With Olivia. Olivia Hayes. The marketing whiz with the Stanford MBA and a dad who chaired the board at Jason's firm, the one with the auburn waves and a laugh like tinkling glass. The one I'd walked in on that Wednesday, draped in my cashmere throw. Yeah. To her. Small ceremony. September. They're keeping it hush-hush. I kept my voice light, surprising even myself. Thanks for the heads up. Tyler. I'm good. After hanging up, I sat there till the city quieted. Not weeping. Not seething, just plotting. Word spread like a viral tweet through our tangled Bay Area network. Suddenly, everyone had a take on Jason's speedy rebound. The story painted him as the victim, stuck in a loveless union with a workaholic wife, now blooming with his true match. Texts poured in from concerned pals, heard the news. You holding up? What a jerk, 9 months. She's not even in your league. But the sly digs from the sidelines stung more. He's leveled up big time. Olivia brings out his fun side. They just click. You know? Fate. I pieced together the details via the grapevine of tech spouses and influencers. Olivia was 28. Old money from Hillsborough. Her feed a parade of wellness retreats and quotes about embracing authenticity. She joined the firm 2 years back while I was still Mrs. Reed. Still hosting their holiday parties. Still buying into his overtime excuses. Their engagement hit the society pages in the Chronicle, a glossy photo from a venture gala. Him in Armani. Her in couture that screamed excess. Headline, Reed and Hayes, tech's new power duo emerges. It raved about their serendipitous romance amid challenges, crediting her family's ties for his recent equity partner bump. Shared loves, modern NFTs, and eco-ventures. My mention? Buried at the end, Reed was previously wed to portfolio manager Emily Carter. The union concluded amicably last year. Amicably. I nearly choked on my morning smoothie. At work. The vibe shifted, pitying glances, tiptoeing around topics like engagements or honeymoons. A newbie analyst squeezed my arm in the kitchen. You're inspiring. Powering through like this. But the real gem was from CFO Karen Lee, who ambushed me post-meeting, sweetie. I can only imagine how tough this is. Watching him thrive with someone so alive. But you're carrying it with class. Alive. The word burned like acid, echoing how he'd once called me his spark. What no one knew was I'd been shadowing his moves for months. The shared banking apps he never revoked. Her careless stories tagged at hotspots. The timeline that confirmed the overlap, their whirlwind, predating my discovery by half a year. 2 months till the vows. 2 months for Jason to bask in his fairy tale. Proof that ditching me was his jackpot. 2 months for me to craft their undoing. The invite landed on a Wednesday, of course. Wednesdays were cursed now. Thick ivory stock. Gold foil scripting. Addressed in elegant cursive that screamed luxury. Jason Reed and Olivia Hayes request your presence at their union. I ran my fingers over the raised letters, noting the spot, Whispering Oaks Estate in Sonoma. The very vineyard where we'd marked our 4th anniversary. Irony thick as the fog. Tucked inside. A personal scrawl, a select gathering for those gracious enough to embrace fresh starts while respecting history. We trust you'll join in this spirit. Gracious enough. The shade was masterful. Days later. My phone lit up at midnight, Jason's contact. Still labeled X, ignore. Saw your RSVP. Appreciate you coming. Let's keep it civil. I could picture him, scotch-fueled in his den, mustering the guts. No reply from me. A week on. Another ping at dawn, Emily. +1? Attire, garden chic. No white. Obviously. Olivia's stressed. No white, as if I'd storm in like a scorned soap opera villain. Her paranoia spoke volumes. I texted back, solo. Dress noted. His instant reply, thanks for being mature. Means a lot. You'll always matter to me. Matter. Like a footnote in his bio. The fun escalated when Olivia DM'd me on LinkedIn, a veneer of warmth laced with superiority. Hi, Emily. Thrilled you're joining our day. It shows real poise. If it's stirring things up emotionally. I'm here, maybe chat about therapists or travel wrecks. We're like extended fam now. XO extended fam. The homewrecker playing peacemaker. I screenshotted it. Filed with the rest. My dossier swelled. Then came the email from their planner. Elise. Credentials longer than a resume. Special notes for Reed Hayes' nuptials. Dear MS. Carter. Ecstatic you'll attend Jason and Olivia's joy. To ensure seamless vibes. Given your special role. A few soft pointers. Seating at table 9 with Jason's colleagues. No unscripted remarks. Please. Photos in marked zones only. The pair desires a positive, forward-focused fest. Questions? We're all about magic. Warmly. Elise. Table 9, per the online blueprint. Shoved near the kitchens. Worlds from the dais. Positive fest. As if I were the chaos bringer. Not the one blindsided mid-marriage. I replied curtly, noted. Elise. Eager for the magic. Then I dove into my ledger, every shady transaction. Every loose end Jason had dangled in his haste. The first clue surfaced in our forgotten joint savings logs, the one I'd managed solo. A Neiman Marcus hit. $5,000. Months pre-split. He'd waltzed in empty-handed that night. Griping about a killer pitch. I splayed years of records across my coffee table. Detective style. Patterns leaped out, lingerie buys unmatched to my drawer. Dinners at per se when I ate solo. Ritz stays on conference dates. But the jackpot? His corporate visa. Me still on his backup user. Arrogance kept him from canceling it. Business development, masked spa weekends at Calistoga. Big Sur getaways sans actual events, I verified rosters. Luxury halls labeled client perks. I snapped it all. Timestamped. And looped in Patricia Lowe. A forensic auditor specializing in messy splits. Operating from a low-key spot in Menlo Park. Impressive haul, she said in our meet. Scanning my files over bifocals. How long? 9 months, I confessed. Post-finalization. She eyed me warily. Most folks heal. You've built a case. I've waited, I corrected. Her dig unearthed the big lie. Jason had funneled $250,000 into shell accounts via his cousin pre-divorce, bonuses. Equity. Options buried. California courts frown on asset concealment. IRS. Even more. Full restitution possible. Plus fines, Patricia noted. Citing rulings. But cash wasn't my endgame. Timing was. My attorney. Mark Ellis. Balked at the rollout. We file now. Emily. Why delay? I slid the date, September 10th. Eve of the big day. He arched a brow. That's bold. That's justice. As papers prepped. One more gem, the secondary visa. Still live. Statements routed to his work. Sloppy oversight. I tested, a latte. Then groceries. Greenlit. Inspiration struck pure. Petty genius. I rank Sonoma's top vendors. Blooms from Floral Elite. Menu boosts from Vine and Dine. Extended lens time. Upgrading for the bride's vision I cooed. Cribbing Olivia's public vision board. She adores orchids and heirloom roses. That's a $12,000 add-on, they cautioned. Ideal. Surprise her. Charges dripped in. Fraud-proof increments. Banned to deluxe set. Shooter for overtime. Cuisine with caviar bar and reserve vintages. Family friend surprise, I insisted. Reveal day of. Total tally, $52,000 in gifts on the card of a man pleading poverty in court. Receipts stacked with Patricia's report. Mark's motions. 2 weeks out. Arsenal locked, suit primed. Enhancements set. Proofs bound. Dress shopping sealed it. The server hit Jason at his desk. 5 p.m. September 10th, I splurged for photo proof. Image, him mid-read. Dawning horror. By dusk. My line blew up. Voicemail stacked. I savored Cabernet on my terrace as dusk fell. His opener, rage. Emily. What is this? Wedding Eve? You're unhinged. Then please, talk? I'll cancel if needed. Call. Threats. This is blackmail. I'll sue. Midnight slur, please. I screwed up. This wrecks my job. The day. Olivia, she's wavering. Family's here. What do you want? What did I want? My Wednesdays untainted. My sacrificed years refunded. Him gutted. Unannounced. Above all. Him knowing it was me. Wedding morn. Jason's counsel rang Mark. Settle now, full hidden sum plus extras. Docs today. Clients at a wedding, Mark drawled. Monday. Vendors pinged. Orchids delivered. Bride thrilled. Caviar station up. Extra hours locked. Band, special tunes cued. I hit the salon at 11. Hair in soft curls. Makeup, subtle power. Not desperate. Just dominant. The gown, scarlet chiffon from Amsale. Curve-hugging victory. Phone rang, Olivia. Voice quaking. We know of the suit. The $52,000. What twisted, prepping for your day, I cut in. Urgent? You're ruining it. No. Enhancing. Loved your orchid pins, Pinterest gold. Dead air. Jason's frenzy resumed. Vendors say you charged. Olivia's folks failing. Pay anything, just stay away. Final, you win. House. Stocks. All. Don't show. Deleted. Negotiation window closed 9 months back. With his lies and cheats. The Sonoma drive was idyllic. Blue skies mocking the storm ahead. Windows down. Playlist blasting. Freedom surging. At Whispering Oaks. Pandemonium brewed. Olivia's dad barking at guards. Jason's cousin on calls. Guests milling in unease. I freshened gloss. Clutched my bag. Strode in. Guard faltered at my invite. Table 9. Elise waved wildly behind. He waved me through. Ground stunning, my dollar shone. Orchid cascades. Quartet I'd boosted playing Mendelssohn. I claimed my rear seat. Legs crossed. Showtime. Tyler plopped beside Emily. Why? Invited, I said. Filing nails. Procession. Jason emerged. Facade cracking. Brother hissing warnings. Olivia floated in Oscar de la Renta. Smile fragile. Eyes snagging mine, her orchids shaking. Vows dragged. Irony dripping from fidelity lines. At speak now, collective inhale. I stayed mum. Reception ignited sparks. Caviar bar gleamed, guests dove in. Oblivious to my tab. I grabbed bubbly, the baccarat I'd mandated and mingled. Warm as ever. Querying kids. Careers. Orchids divine, I told a maid. Upgrade must have stung. Speeches flowed. Best man's path to joy. Sisters' love triumphs. Jason rose. Mike trembling. Life's messy. We hurt folks chasing happiness. Mistakes linger. Eyes on me, but forward we go. Choosing love over. Drags from yesterday. I stood. Glass aloft, to honesty in every deal. Pin drop quiet. Jason blanched. Sorry, table 9 toast band? Thought maturity ruled. Olivia bolted up. How dare you? Dare attend? Fun blooms? Extend snaps. Whispers, she paid. Jason lunged for Mike. Emily, you asked if I regret, I boomed. Our tie. Split. All. No, taught me value. Celebrating your bash. Part funded by support soon spiking post-asset review. Glass down. Bag up. Caviar's top-notch. My treat. Detonation. Olivia whipped to Jason. $52,000 on our card? Old account, forgot. Her mom piled on, forgot an ex's access? What else? Envelope from my bag silver. Themed hit the gift pile, my present. Receipts for all. Plus suit on $250,000 hides. Lawyer's card inside. Olivia tore it. Docs scattering. $250K? You cried poor. Budget bash, cause alimony, she hurled. Lied. Crowd gawked. Phones rolling. Chronicle scribe tapped notes. Jason's boss sneered. Asset fraud? Ethics breach. Partnership review Monday. Olivia's dad, scammer. We're out, wedding off. Daddy. Her wail pierced. Mom, he's crook, she exposed. Planner flailed. Staff froze with trays. Photographer clicked away. Guards dithered. Jason advanced. You orchestrated. Careful, boss watches. Audience for your redo. Olivia slumped. Gown wrecked. Quartet fled. I'll end you. With what? Losing gig. Bride. IRS incoming? Thanks for invite, enlightening. To the assembly. Bars stocked premium. Enjoy, I covered. Exit. Heels echoing over shattered glass. Valet ready, tipped via his card. Chaos spilled. Voices. Sobs. Breakage. Limo weighted downhill. Driver neutral. Inside. Shoes off. Bubbly poured. Weight lifted, not remorse. But triumph pure. Phone reignited. Vids viral. Mark, calls flooding. His side threatens. Let M. Proofs ironclad. Judge may hate theatrics. Facts win, fraud. Cheats. He laughed. Don't cross you. They're pushing settlement huge. Post-weekend. Busy. With. Living. Promotion Monday. New No Valley pad. Real life. Hung up. Eyes shut. 9 months orchestration. Flawless. Jason thought victory in cheap split. Young upgrade. Wrong. Cost, rep. Job. Union. Facade shattered before his world. Limo hit my door at twilight. Doorman, fine Eve. MS. Carter. Perfect. Home, my bubbly. City view. Reflection strong. Tomorrow, law. Deals. Fallout. Tonight, mine. To mirror, to true starts. Lights beckoned. I was ready. Revenge? Not cash or ruin me thriving. Him knowing. In crimson. Flawless. On his dime. Smart investing.